All right, he is back. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, he wins. I mean, the run that you are on since joining this squad is one of the all-time great. I've never seen anything like it.
It's unreal.
Let's count the ways. The Braves win.
Braves winning the World Series.
Georgia Bulldogs win.
Georgia winning the national championship.
Obviously, you're not a Kansas guy, but you did put a future bet on them. 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah. Fairly, hefty future on my Jayhawks, rock chalk. We got it up now. Pay heed all the winter, beware the fog.
Not sure what that means. What does that mean? Is that like a line that they say?
Jeez. I mean, that's just Kansas history. I'm not going to explain it to someone who doesn't get it.
All right. Bill Self? No?
Bill Self, great
Danny
guy.
Manning. Yeah.
Danny Manning. Great guy.
Yeah.
Voice is a little hoarse. Went out to Bourbon Street afterward. Gave no less than 1,000 rock chalk Jayhawks out while I was out there.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, look at that. That was a great sound effect.
What happened? Frank?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what any of
them
this
in,
is.
though. It's basketball. It's basketball.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, we're
That's
talking
good.
basketball.
By the way, I was watching for you. Of course I watch basketball, but I had a rooting interest.
Yeah, rooting interest for sure.
If I was going to watch and not know your, affiliation to this game, I probably would have rooted for North Carolina. Likable team, likable history. Very nice, Frank. Thank you for that. Yeah. Hubert Davis, former Knick, so soft spot in my heart, number 44. Love his attitude, love his interviews, all that stuff. I go to bed. I was exhausted on Monday.
Understandably so, yeah.
1 hour sleep, Dallas, all that. Go to bed at, the 18-minute mark of the second half. And I was like, man, poor GC. Had 3 futures of the final four teams, and it looked like the one that you didn't pick was going to win. I wake up, and you freaking won. You must have been going nuts. Thank you.
I mean, nuts is an understatement. It was absolute insanity.
How nervous were you at halftime?
I wouldn't even call it nervous. I would just call it, down.
Depressed?
You're just because you sit there, the halftime, because it's the national championship, is extended. So it was 30 minutes. You're sitting there. You're staring at the scoreboard the entire time, and it's like, wow. They just scored 3 points in the last 6 minutes of the first half. They're down 15. They were down 18 at one point. They couldn't do anything. And I was just the game just literally has to flip on its head, and that's exactly what happened. It flipped on its head. It was
amazing.
It was insanity. When there was a moment when Kansas, if I implore anyone who hasn't watched it, whether you're a basketball fan or not, go watch the extended 12-minute highlight edition to actually get a grasp of how insane this game was. It was so insane. One of the top 3 sporting events I've ever seen live.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. There was a point where Kansas got an and one to go up 6, and I let out the most barbaric scream. It was
greatest comeback in
national championship
history basketball. Here's my question to you.
Yeah.
So now you have experienced the greatest comeback in national championship history. Not a longtime Kansas fan, but you had skin in the game. As a fan, you've experienced the other side of the coin, greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, but it was a knife in the heart.
Yeah.
Patriots, Falcons. If you can reverse that one and lose the one on Monday, would you do it? Or
reverse it? Give me the Falcons Super Bowl.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that's emotional. I'm a diehard.
Right answer, but I wasn't sure if you were going to take the money and run.
Nah. But I will say, it's always when you go into these games, your team is in it, a Super Bowl or a championship game. You're like, oh man, I want the blowout for it to not be stressful. But then when it doesn't work out, when it's close, it hurts so bad, like the Falcons. But when it works out, like Georgia and now Kansas, it's some kind of high watching it happen.
I can't imagine. By the way, did you stick around
Bills.
for dun 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 dun? Do they play it in the arena?
Yes. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. What, you didn't know what I was doing?
No. I picked up on it.
Ball is
tipped.
Yeah.
They put it on the jumbotron.
They do it?
Through the stadium.
Sick. Love it.
And they have the edit. Some PA is back there sweating bad. And they get all the way up to them hoisting the trophy. It happened 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they pump it through.
It's incredible. And they always kind of slow down at the end because they're obviously trying to make up for, the time that they don't have to put in all the stuff. So Final Four gets some love, and then it's and here we are. And then it's a hook shot and one super slow-mo shot, and they just probably replaced. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of pressure, so I got a lot of love.
Pressure on them.
And then you celebrated.
Fantastic time. It was awesome. Shout out to Kyle Ooms. He won our CBS Sports bracket pool. And Alex Cameron, he won the DraftKings one, came in second.
CBS?
CBS Sports.
Why?
Yeah, we struggled with the DraftKings one. We couldn't get enough entries. It was kind of hard to get to. So
Okay.
shout out to them, too. Prizes, still TBD. But there's the shout out for now. We said maybe a signed picture of you. Maybe you ordering your butternut squash, a picture of that.
Oh, is this one of the prizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a lock of New York Rick's hair.
I wasn't aware that New York Rick changed his Twitter profile. By the way, I forgot to mention this Monday, but thank you to my friend Johnny on email. This guy emails me all the time. He reminded me yesterday. New York Rick, pretty bold prediction last week that a week later, Will Smith and Chris Rock were going to do a sit-down interview.
I forgot about that.
Has it been a week?
Such a lock.
I mean,
it's been well over a week.
All right, because he was quite confident that there would be an interview.
Yeah.
He said a week or less, right? If memory serves.
Yeah, he said it would be within a week, and here we are a week. I come back, I have to readjust my chair. Everything's messed up in here. I mean, it's unbelievable. So yeah, shout out to Kansas. Shout out to New Orleans. Unbelievable city.
Can I just say one last thing about it?
Yeah.
Don't love the games in the football stadiums. Don't love it. Feel bad for the athletes. Sightlines are messed up. That one dude rolled his ankle, right? The thing moved.
The floor moved.
Yeah,
like the floor is raised up.
Stupid.
I can feel that. The only argument I'll make to it being there is that the stadium was completely full both nights that we were there, and it got like really loud.
I get that.
Crazy.
Not fair to the guys. By the way,
I agree with
Casey writing on the Slack channel, what is that car horn? Is that just
it's a
me?
buzzer. And
it's a
noise
buzzer.
switch. We're talking basketball right now. We're about to switch back.
Connor, did you wear the beads on the plane back?
Yes. These have not left my neck. This outfit has not changed.
Did security give you a look like why are you doing that?
I mean,
I feel like most
what the
people
people aren't saying, these are the biggest beads on Bourbon Street right here. I mean, this is
How much does that cost?
Like $10. They're pretty cheaply made. I feel like I could break them.
Yeah.
If I dropped them.
Did you get one of those tall drinks? Do they do that as well, or is that just a Vegas
Grenade
thing?
or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it's whack. I think it's whack. You make it to the ultimate prize, whatever, top of the mountain, and now all of a sudden you're playing because the sight lines are messed up. Have you ever shot in I mean, it's like I know you haven't played a lot of basketball, but like I've played a lot of basketball. It's messed up.
Well, they did this thing on the Jumbotron where it was like this screen will stay black during the game to not mess up sight lines.
Oh, that's interesting. All right.
So, yeah. Shout out to the Kansas Jayhawks, Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Time to retire it. We'll move on from New Orleans.
Okay, here we go. From New Orleans to Jackson. I mean, you can keep it on if you want. I don't know if it's bothering you. Oh, wait. We got more? Oh, what do we have? A little wardrobe change?
Yeah. We got to show some respect to the next big non-MMA sporting event here.
Oh, wow.
Got to get this guy on.
Is that a real one? Jeez, the green jacket.
Yeah, he won it at the last Masters, I think.
Whatever that song is.
Trouble.
Oh my God, where's Jim Nance?
This is why
when
we
you
can't
need
have
him?
nice things.
Yeah, I mean, this is the longest putting on a jacket bit in the history of putting on a jacket.
I don't have any golf sounds.
It's
a really quiet
little
sport.
That quality.
No logo? You couldn't get a patch to sew it on there?
Jacket on.
Couldn't get anything? It's nice. Why do you have a green jacket, by the way?
This was a thrift store purchase for a Halloween costume one year, but it goes with the Masters. So
it goes perfectly, other than the patch. What did you need it for? The Joker or something?
No, I think it was like a pairing Halloween costume one year where I was the Masters and the other person was a caddy.
Oh, that's a good one.
It was a good one.
Were you Tiger or were you someone in particular? Or?
No one in particular.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Yes. Shout out to the Masters this weekend.
Masters.
But of course, the big one is 273.
Yes.
Before we get to 273, can I ask you about this PFL story that was making the rounds yesterday? What happened?
How crazy is this?
This is the craziest thing and potentially damaging for the PFL. So for those that missed it,
think so.
give us the lowdown here. What the hell happened with the PFL and betting this past weekend?
Yeah, so right now they're under investigation from a bunch of these state commissions in regards to betting because the Challenger Series, we love the Challenger Series around here, happened last Friday. And on Friday, there were 5 favorites on the card, and they all jumped like crazy on lines on Friday afternoon. Raheem Talley went from minus 290 to minus 2,500. Stankovic goes from minus 400 to minus 5,000. Christian Turner goes from minus 222 to minus 2,000. Alderman went from minus 175 to minus 1,250. And Per Gande went from minus 222 to minus 2,500. All 5 of them win. There had been some rumors throughout the week that this was pre-recorded, but lines were still up. The PFL said nothing about it being pre-recorded.
Oh, no.
Nothing of the likes. And, all 5 of them go on to win, which is kind of sketchy. And now it has come out, and it's been confirmed by the PFL that it was pre-recorded on March 25th, a week prior.
Wait, so the thing is, though, these fights aren't in front of fans, so they tried to slide it by that it was quote unquote live.
Yes.
How did people? I guess the people involved, right?
Someone had to have found out. Someone had to have tipped off. I mean, they are adamant. The PFL is adamant that this is the one time that this has ever happened. They haven't given a reasoning behind it. But the one time that I bet on PFL Challenger Series and gave out the pick on here, it was on Josh Silveira.
Yeah.
And I took him at minus 500. And then I checked the line on Friday afternoon before the fight, and he's down to minus 2,500. And I was like, how?
What?
Yeah, I was like, how did that happen? Like, how did it, like, it worked out. He won. But it was just like, that's like the biggest line movement I've ever seen. Like, that's like insanity. And like also, they were tweeting on Friday. That's like another thing that I found weird about this. Like, we have the tweets here. So it's like week 7 fighters are in the building for tonight. Watch it live watch it on PFL on Fubo TV. And then we go to this one, and it's Fubo TV tonight. PFL Challenger Series brings you their pro debuts. Check out all the action, all caps, live at 9 p.m. ET.
Oh no!
The PFL tweeted out pictures the day of, and it's like, everyone's here to check out The Office. Like they're doing stuff like that. I think they had Todd Gurley do this, unless he just did it himself. He was like one of the guest panelists. He tweeted that Friday. He was like, he said something like, "Oh yeah, shout out to the PFL for having me." Like, it's like,
yo.
It's
now, is it possible they didn't think of the betting ramifications of all this? Like, they want you to think it's live?
Yeah, like I would assume so, because I guess the PFL is not connected to the betting exactly. But you mentioned it at the start. I think it will have ramifications. So in this ESPN.com article, it says the Arizona Department of Gaming is removing the PFL from its wagering catalog.
Wait, like even the real ones?
I'm wondering what's going to happen. We have that PFL show coming up pretty soon, and I wonder if you're going to be able to bet on it in Arizona.
Oh, wait. Is it just an Arizona thing?
So it says the Arizona Department of Gaming is removing the PFL from its wagering catalog, the state's event wagering and fantasy sports administration.
Do you think this is a thing where, like, DraftKings, all these people just take them off? Is that possible?
I read in the article as well that DraftKings found something suspect before the fights even went off, and they took the lines down.
Wow. This is bad.
I mean, I would say that it's bad. Yeah, it's definitely a bad look.
ESPN.com first reported this, so credit where it's due.
Yeah, for sure.
In that article, was there any official comment from anyone at PFL?
There was, and they were adamant that they have no correlation to the betting lines, 1, and 2, this is the only time this has ever happened.
Man, if I'm someone from the PFL and I see that our fights that already happen are available to be, bet on, and I'm promoting it as live, like, golly, you got some explaining to do.
Right. Or like, if there was some sort of corruption involved, like, all the winners, and you tell your friend to go tell their friend to put in a parlay with all 5 of the winners and put as much money as you can on it. Well,
I mean, very easy. Dude wins on the card, says, hey, my fights are still available, tells his buddy, go bet on it. I mean, like, what?
Yeah, how is this line up? I already won the fight.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know what this is.
Go slam your life on it.
Yeah, and some books have already paid it out, and like people have cashed out those winnings. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, but a few of the books have not paid it out yet. So
that is,
I mean, it's dicey, man. That's sketchy to me.
Wow.
I don't know if like the PFL just didn't think of.
They need to address this.
Yeah, because I want to say, I can't say for certain. I want to say in retrospect, like PFL is pretty big on giving like live odds out during the fights.
Yeah.
Supposedly they made no reference to any of the betting during the broadcast. So,
I
don't know. It's interesting.
Okay, I mean, that's a great find by ESPN. Were people talking about it on Friday?
The only thing that I saw on Friday, because obviously I wasn't completely aware of it, was someone tweeted out, someone that I follow,
that was crazy live movement.
Yeah, that they tweeted out when they got him at like minus 290, minus 400, and then they were like, and look at the lines now, like this is insanity. Like I remember seeing it on Friday, I was like, how? Like that's amazing that you have it, but like how did that happen? Man. So yeah, it's
sketch. I wonder when those fights happen.
They said it was pre-taped on March 25th, so a week prior.
Oh, okay, yeah. Felt like a long time ago. All right, so we'll monitor that. I mean, they're back April 20th, so Is it April? Yeah, April 20th. That's 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
That will be their first show.
And our guy Houshman Fio is fighting.
That's your guy?
Most profitable fighter from last year. Cashed 4 times as an underdog.
That's right.
I said he was an auto bet next time he fights, so now I got to bet on him.
Pettis was supposed to be on the card, Anthony Pettis, but I heard I think he broke his pinky, so he got moved a few fights down. But they've got Jeremy Stevens, they've got some names. I'm excited to see Kayla Harrison back. Of course, not where we wanted her, not like we were rooting against her to resign, but new challenge, Chris Cyborg, that whole story we've talked about ad nauseum. So that's to come. Let's transition to this weekend. 273. This is big. There's a lot, and actually, I asked you to look something up for me because Chan Sung Jung's head coach, Eddie Cha, good friend of the show, he was on with him in the car a couple weeks ago. He was like, hey, is this the biggest, what's the right way to say this? Like line discrepancy? Underdog? Yeah. Well, is Zombie the biggest underdog in the history of men's featherweight title fights?
Yeah, so at first when you said coach, I thought you meant Henry Cejudo, but yes.
And so I said, I'm going to ask my guy. And you came back with some very interesting information. Because as of right this moment, well, he asked me this on Monday. What is he right now, by the way?
Last I checked, he's at plus 500 as of this morning.
Did it move?
Let's see.
So right now,
525. He keeps going up.
Volkanovski minus 760. Okay, so what did you find out?
All right, so this is according to Tapology and Best Fight Odds, kind of just crossing those two. The largest betting underdog in a men's featherweight title fight is Korean Zombie, but not this weekend.
Right.
Ironically, it's from the Jose Aldo fight in 2013. He closed at plus 650. Yeah,
plus 650. So, I mean, he's getting close. Not quite there.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting close. The second is Ricardo Lamas.
Against Aldo.
Against Aldo as well, plus 575. And Mark Hominick, also against Aldo, plus 435.
Toronto.
Wow. I mean, never doubt the encyclopedia. This guy's on it.
Well, I just feel like I was questioned last week, so I just mind.
So yeah, he's currently sitting at plus 525. There's a chance we're only at Wednesday. There's a chance that he could pass
himself.
Lamas.
Oh, Lamas. Yeah,
if he passes himself, though, I guess that's still up for
grabs. You think that's a little too far?
Yeah, I feel like plus 650. Yeah. That'd be moving another 150 points. Yeah. So Korean Zombie, he could hold the top 2 underdog spots ever.
Okay, so right now, as we just said, he's a plus 275, right? Excuse me, 525.
Yeah, plus 525.
A lot has been made of that line. A lot has been made of the Khamzat line with Gilbert Burns. Gilbert plus 385, Khamzat minus 525. Which one surprises you more?
I guess the Volk line, just because of how huge it is. Like you said, Volk is minus 760.
Yeah.
Like that is, especially when last time he fought, he was minus 160 against, Brian Ortega. I know Brian Ortega beat Korean Zombie and everything, but because I just feel like the Khamzat line, it's getting so juiced because of the hype around him, because of the belief of who he possibly might be. So I'll go with Volk just because that number is crazy big.
It is a crazy thing. This is Amanda Nunes versus women's featherweight person X type of line that Zombie's getting.
Yes.
No respect for this guy whatsoever. I agree Volkanovski should be the favorite. Rightfully so.
Sure.
He's the man. What he did against Ortega was incredible coming back. But,
I thought it'd be in the 300s or the 400s. But that just shows that a lot of money's coming in on Volkanovski.
All right, so what do we got?
We got picks. UFC 273. We got quite a few picks. I've been putting these in over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I have been tweeting them out as we go, so some of the lines have moved, but I did give them out. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's start with the first single. Mike Malott took it at minus 154 against Mickey Gall. So I'm pretty much
for Mickey, huh?
I mean, I'm just going to continue to fade Mickey Gall as long as they're giving us these playable lines. I mean, all 6 of his UFC wins have come against fighters that are no longer on the roster, and one's against CM Punk, another against Mike Jackson. Feel like anyone on the UFC roster could beat them. He's got a negative 1.18 striking differential. He's got 27% takedown accuracy. I mean, I think his only path to victory here is by submission, more specifically rear naked choke. That's 6 of his 7 pro wins have come that way. I just don't think it happens. Mike Malott, he's not a world beater by any means, but he's got decent striking. He can mix in the kicks. He's got a pretty slick ground game. We saw it in the Contender Series. He got a guillotine choke in 39 seconds. I just think he gets it done against an opponent like Mickey Gall. I mean, Mickey Gall could shut me up. From a betting standpoint, though, I just don't know how you could confidently put your money on him.
No love for Mickey. At some point, people had high hopes for Mickey. So that says minus 154. He's now a minus 195.
Yeah. I put this in
Yeah. Yeah. I just like to see.
Yeah, no. I feel you.
Mickey's been underdog. He hasn't been a favorite since August of 2019. So
I don't think that's too crazy. I mean, obviously he could pull it off, especially a choke. Like you never know.
All right.
Next up, we'll go with Raquel Pennington. Yeah, we'll take her over Aspen Ladd. I just think Pennington, she just has a much more well-rounded game. She's going to have a slight size advantage. She's durable, so I don't think Ladd's going to be able to get the KO as she has a couple times in the UFC. Pennington, she's also fought the best of the best, man. I mean, she's been in the octagon much longer as well, and I just think she's also a more natural bantamweight despite the size differential. Aspen Ladd, we've seen her struggle to get down to bantamweight on several different occasions. I just think the experience, I think she has a skill advantage as well. I think it's going to be close, but I do think Raquel wins by unanimous decision.
Don't mind the first one. This one gives me a little bit of pause.
Good.
Please, proceed.
All right, next up.
Ooh.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
Speaking of Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yeah.
Going all chalk here.
Well, we got a dog.
All right.
We got a dog we can mix in. We already alluded to that.
My Madsen one.
Yeah, steal it. When Rozenstruik, I mean, when he loses, man, it's only to the highest tier of opponent. Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane, Curtis Blades. I mean, people in the title conversation. Obviously, he's a high-level kickboxer. He's got huge knockout power. But he's also got pretty good takedown defense. I mean, against Cyril Gane, he goes 2 of 14. Curtis Blades goes 3 of 6. I know that's 50%, but I mean, we've seen Curtis Blades get 5, 10, 14 takedowns in fights before. So I think if Tybura tries to take that route and bring it to the mat, I don't know how much success he's going to have. And then if it stays striking, I mean, I just think Jairzinho has a noticeable a noticeable advantage in the striking department. I mean, we've seen Tybura get KO'd before. His chin is susceptible, and I think Jairzinho is going to catch him at some point and get him out of there.
All right.
Keep it rolling. Also, I'm moving these graphics along myself. Shout out to Srinivas.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
This is a huge. I mean, this is a huge development.
Yeah.
You have like a thing there? What do you got? Wow. How'd you do that?
How'd
you pull this off?
Yeah, that's Srinivas. I mean, look at this. Oh, look at that. We're switching. That's me.
Wow.
I'm over here, producer, director.
Man.
I mean, we do it all. I mean, this
continue to level up here.
This price is going up.
Can't blame you anymore.
That's my favorite thing to do. We all know that. Yeah. So next up, Ian Gary.
Oh yeah.
This is a line that actually I don't think enough people are talking about. This one's getting blown up as well. I mean, he opened at like minus 180, and then like 10 days ago I took him at minus 215, and now I think he's like a minus 365 right now. Like I don't necessarily know if that's warranted.
Because you're saying that people are too high on him, or
not people too high on him, but like minus 365. Darian Woods is. I mean, in his fight against Brian Barberena, I mean, you could make an argument that he won that fight in his UFC debut.
People love Ian.
He didn't look that bad. Yeah, I mean, I guess money's just coming in heavy on him.
He was also, he closed at a minus 400 in his debut.
Yeah, I mean, he might get bigger than that this week. I mean, I guess people are parlaying him up. I mean, he was getting hit by Jordan Williams still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do think that Ian Gary will be getting better fight to fight. I mean, I think that experience of debuting at MSG, I think that's irreplaceable. He's still super young at 24, training at Sanford MMA. He said in an interview this week that he's gotten in reps with Vincente Luque, Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman, Bellator's Logan Story. Like, he's working with the best of the best. He's very young. He's obviously skilled, but I do think he's going to get better from fight to fight, and I think we're going to see improvements here. I think he's a better prospect than Weeks, despite the success that Weeks had against Barberena. He's also going to be the bigger fighter. He has finishing capabilities, and I believe, like I said, better this time than last time out. He learns from that experience, and he gets it done here.
Okay. The future.
Ian Gary. Next up, your boy, Mark Madsen, the Helwani Dog of the Week.
Official. Frank? A lot of people asking me. I mean, it's become a thing. I'm not ready to like make it into a graphic yet where it's like, okay, Juan lost. I think at this point I'd be, 8-0 or something like that, but it's becoming a thing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we said it on Monday. Paixão, 25% takedown defense. He's been taken down 15 times in his last 4 fights. He's going up against the silver medalist wrestler. at the Olympic Games who's 11-0 in MMA, and he's an underdog on the betting lines. So I can't not take that. I mean, we've seen the success that wrestling has in this sport, and just with all those factors, I think it's worth a dog shot.
I like it. My official dog of the week.
The official Helwani dog of the week. I'm riding with it.
Dogtown.
Dern Torres. I'm going to take it to go the distance. I know you were just hyping up the submission.
I was trying, you know.
I know. I was back here punching walls. I couldn't believe it. I mean, obviously, the fear here is a Dern submission. I mean, I think that's the only way that this one doesn't go the distance. She just doesn't have great takedown defense, so it's got to get to the mat for her to be able to pull off that submission. I think Tisha Torres, she's going to be aware of that threat, and she's going to do everything she can to keep this one from going to the mat. She's also never been finished, Tisha Torres, and she's fought the cream of the crop in the strawweight division. Zhang Weili, Rose, Joanna, Marina Rodriguez, Jessica Andrade. I mean, pretty much everyone but Carla Esparza. I don't know who wins, but I think she avoids getting submitted. Plus, after that J.J. Aldrich, Jillian Robertson fight, and it closed at -110 for it to go the distance, I said right then and there, I was like, anytime we get a near even line on a women's MMA fight to go the distance, I will be taking it, especially in a strawweight fight where neither woman has ever been finished in their entire careers. I'll take my chances. If Dern gets the submission, I knew what I was getting myself into.
Love this pick.
Thank you.
Strong.
Thank you. 5 minutes ago, you didn't, you know.
No. I was just asking her. I never said.
Hyping her up.
No,
I can't wait to get that first.
It's a good story. It's a good story. Listen, she stops Torres. Big deal.
Yes. No, it will be crazy. It will be crazy. Last single.
Ooh.
Chimaev,
Wow. Sexy. Wow.
I mean, I think Khamzat is who we think he is. I mean, which is a terrifyingly good prospect, and I believe, he's going to be a future champion at some point. We got it. We've had him right here. We've had him boards for a while. 10 pro fights, 10 finishes, 8 coming in the first round. You can go back and watch his 4-0 UFC career in 12 minutes and 54 seconds, in which he absorbed one significant strike.
One.
John Phillips, his UFC debut, which is only one of 2 people to make it to a second round with Khamzat. He only threw 3 punches and was controlled for 5 minutes and 54 seconds of the 6-minute fight before getting submitted. He's going to be the bigger fighter, 4-inch height, 4-inch reach. He's going to be stronger. Gilbert used to fight at lightweight. I mean, the guy's freakishly strong. He carries people around the octagon, as we saw last time out. The way he baby Jack Hermanson in wrestling. I mean, I get it. Big step up in competition. Gilbert Burns is a beast. He's fantastic. Line is pretty big. But put your money against Khamzat at your own risk, in my opinion.
That's a big time pick right there. I mean, Gilbert, once again, much respect, taking the fight, but yeah. The word is Khamzat wins this one, he gets one more big fight, then it's a title shot. And
I would assume that would be the truth.
There's only two options. Colby, Leon.
Oh, Colby would be that would be a fantastic.
And the fact that he's talking about Colby today at the media day, remember, reminiscent of him talking about Nathan Diaz when he knew that they were going to book him against Nathan Diaz, or at least try to book him after the Li Jiangliang fight, lets me know that a birdie is telling him, build this fight up.
I mean,
golly,
it would be such. That is just entertainment at the highest form. Like that'll be fantastic. So those are all the singles. And I got just a quick parlay. And
yes,
then
sir.
We can get out of here. Get to Rose Namajunas. Here are the singles. Boom. There they are. There's the list. Parlay. Petr Yan, Alex Volkanovski. I mean, I took this one so long ago. I feel bad saying this. I would still take it now. I just think Aljo, Korean Zombie, they're fantastic fighters. But we always hear it. There's levels to this. And I think Jan and Volk are top 5 fighters in the entire world. I think Volk gets it done easier than Petr Yan. I think Aljo might, will give him a fight, but I think Volk rolls against Korean Zombie.
Wow. Okay.
And then I added Khamzat. I just gave you all the reasons there. And then we're getting really fun with it. I also added Tyson Fury as well for a third one.
And that's April 23rd.
Yeah, I think he just dog walks Dillian White.
I can't, my eyesight. I mean, what does that say next to Tyson Fury?
Minus 650.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's
and that's
a big
just,
favorite.
Is that just him money line?
Yeah, just his money
okay.
line.
I wonder what Fury via stoppage is.
I don't know. I can look more into that as we get closer.
So that pays one. So it's Khamzat, Petr Yan. I mean, yeah, I like all of these.
Tyson Fury, yeah. I mean, hopefully it works out. Have you ever been to, Best Fight Odds? They got a sister network, Pro Boxing Odds.
What? Is that true?
Yeah, instead of red, it's blue. I'm getting you the Fury by stoppage right now.
Come on. I didn't know that.
Fury by KO minus 135. That is tasty.
What?
Yeah,
this is amazing.
Right, you see it, the blue. I love
Yes,
it.
I love it.
Alternate color.
Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did I not know about this?
I don't know. They have it up at the top.
This is way too exciting.
Go to it. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I can't get over the blue. The blue
Wow.
is just, you know.
Ryan Garcia is a minus 1450.
Yeah. He typically is like a giant favorite like that. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like setup matches.
But this dude is like, oh, he's easy. He's won 32 fights in a row. And what's Gennady Golovkin? Oh, here he is, minus 750 Golovkin against the former Olympian. Kayla Harrison told me never to say former Olympian, plus 450. Ryota
Amanda
Murata.
Serrano, Katie Taylor, minus
Oh,
115.
what is that? What is that?
Minus 115, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, minus 105. Still haven't decided who I'm going to take in that.
Wow.
Make an official
What?
decision.
That's a toss-up right there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be awesome.
This is, I didn't know this site existed.
I mean, welcome to it, man.
This is very exciting. Wow. How about Michaela Mayer? Minus 3,500. What
Yeah,
the hell?
You get a lot of those. You get a lot of those on
Jesus.
pro boxing odds.
Yeah. Wow. Jennifer Hahn, plus 1480. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
Errol Spence next week, minus 400. I mean, I could just rifle off all these. Okay, so here it is.
There's a
Tyson
million
Fury.
fights. Yeah, I mean,
What was Tyson Fury in the last one? Oh, he was minus 350 against Wilder.
yeah.
Wow. Tyson Fury against Mike Tyson, he's a minus 4,000.
I mean, if he fought him, he would win. Like,
Yeah, I know. But that's just a crazy line to put up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys?
I mean, you could make it minus 10,000.
I guess, yeah. It's never
Like
gonna-
Tyson Fury is going to beat Mike Tyson. It's never going to happen. Also.
Ooh, how about this sexy one? George Kambosos, friend of the show,
Yeah.
plus 148 in his title defense against Devin Haney.
That's
No love
tasty.
for him.
That's like I might go with Kambosos.
Yeah, I mean, just beat Teofimo Lopez. Haney's great, but Kambosos
Or
is fighting at
Stevenson.
home in Australia, so might get the hometown love there. Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
How did you know about this? How did you find out about this?
They got like a link to it up at the top of.
Who runs this page?
I don't know, but they are fantastic. Shout out to them, whoever it is. Please come forward so we can give you a shine because I mean they tweet out the lines too, so you know when they come out. I mean they're fantastic. And one more time for the blue. The blue's great on pro boxing odds. So shout
Oh,
out.
I love it. I love it. Well, this is great. All right, so that's 273.
That's 273. 7 singles, 3 parlays.
7 singles, 3 parlays. And what are we doing with the groups and all that stuff?
DraftKings League.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We're doing 200.
200.
That's what we're doing.
But if we don't get to the 200,
yeah, it'll still play, which is very nice.
Mhm.
But I will be disappointed if we don't get to 200. I'm about to open the league right now.
and what if we get to like, is there like a cap? Is 200 the cap?
200 is the cap.
Oh,
If we
really?
get to 200, then we go and talk to DraftKings.
Oh,
They're
really?
watching anyway. We know
Yeah,
they're
we know
watching
that.
right now.
So what if you get to 350? You can't.
No, you can't. You can only get to 200.
That's weird.
That's why we got to go get special circumstances so they open it
So
up. more.
in the past, it was if you are less than 200, you can't play, and if you're more than 200, you can't play.
In
or
the
they just
past,
cap
yeah,
it.
you
Yeah.
had to fill the 200. You could do like 150, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. Enough
All
of me. We got the champ in the waiting room.
All right, here we go. Good job. Thank you. We will go to Rose in a moment, but there's GC with his picks. You can follow him on Twitter at Connor Burks, at ConnerBurks.